Okay, thank you very much for joining us today on our first event of this kind. We will doing an one monthly event to show you different tools from AWS that will help you manage and develop your AWS workloads aligned with best practices and aligned with the standard securities and in order to improve your cost optimization, your resiliency, your performance, and your security on the cloud. So today we will be talking about backup. You know that backup is one of the main action we need to do in order to ensure we are secure in the cloud and that we have resiliency and to ensure we are not going to lose in the case of an event any of our information that is the most valuable asset we have in the public cloud. In order to do so, today we have Ryan. Ryan Wade is one of our solutions architect in StackZone. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
Hello to everyone that's come along.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Ryan will show us how we can implement AWS Backup and simply backup our resources by tagging in AWS. So, that being said, no more introductions. Ryan, all yours. I will be sharing my screen in a minute. There you go. And I will stop my video so we can see it as bigger as possible. Okay, so all yours, Ryan.
Hey, folks. Thanks for coming along. As Gaston has alluded to, my name is Ryan Ware. I'm a AWS solutions architect working at StackZone. We're here to talk about one of the features of the StackZone platform, which can be very useful for working with AWS Backup and helping you to organize backups at scale. So the feature we are going to talk about today is designed to assist you automate scheduled backups of your EC2 instances, EBS volumes, and RDS instances. So just to go into those terminologies a bit more. So a virtual machine, virtual server, they are what's known as EC2 instances in AWS. The disk attached to these virtual machines, they are your EBS volumes. This is where your data lives. And RDS stands for Relational Database Service. This is essentially where you'll likely be building a database should you be building one in AWS. So for those who have not worked with AWS Backup Service, this is a AWS Backup is a cost-effective, fully managed service. It helps with your data protection at scale. It provides automated backup schedules, retention management, and lifecycle management. So it tries to remove the need for custom scripts and manual processes, something that you can build once and have full knowledge that your backups are going to continue to be taken as your weeks and months go on. Backups are important as data can be corrupted or lost very easily. A lot of compliance certificates will also expect a clear process to be in motion along with you yourself. You want peace of mind that your backups are taking place and can be relied upon if, well, not if, when you need them. So at some point, you will need to do a restore. You're going to want these backups in place, and you're going to want the confidence that these backups are going to work when you decide to restore from a previous image or roll back to a certain point in time when your backup was made. The feature that StackZone provides to assist with AWS Backup is one that respects tags that you place on your resources inside AWS. So for those who have not heard of tags, most, if not all, AWS resources can have tags applied to them. And these can be read by a lot of other services, which helps a lot of things really to do with auditing and automation, which is where this feature really comes in handy. So using the tags that are on these resources, we leverage AWS Backup to create backups for you, store these inside an encrypted vault, which is also configured with a retention period so that you won't exponentially grow with hundreds and hundreds of backups, which slowly increase the cost from AWS. A retention period is something which governs how long something can live inside your backup vault. So if you set a retention period of 30 days, as soon as a backup snapshot becomes 31 days old, it is removed. So you don't end up looking in a year's time and find that you have 200,000 backups, which are costing you a lot. So the AWS Backup as well, we call the storage facility where we place these backups the vault. So if you hear that name, that's what we're referring to here. So the StackZone Backup by Tag feature will construct all the automation and configure all the AWS services for you, so that when you as an AWS user want to perform an automated backup, all that you need to do is simply apply one of the tags to either an RDS instance, an EBS volume, or an EC2 instance. And that's it. The rest of the automation will take care of the backup process, the encryption, and the lifecycle retention period. So I mentioned encryption, and just to give a bit more information on that. So most of the resources inside AWS can be encrypted with a key management storage key, or KMS key, shall we say. The feature will adhere to AWS best practices by using a KMS key to encrypt the resources which are placed inside the vault. So if we wanted to build this manually, you would need to build quite a number of things on your own, which includes the AWS Backup Vault, which is quite easily provisioned, but then you would have to go and configure by yourself the retention period for the backup vaults, the backup plans for the periods or time periods we want to build, the KMS key for vault encryption, and if you want notifications, you're going to have to build an SNS notification topic and a policy, an event rule to accompany the notifications we've just mentioned, a Lambda function to help with custom notifications if you want these to go with them as well, and IAM roles and policies to apply these correct permissions for the majority of the resources, especially Lambda. So you could build all of that yourself, and congratulations, you've gone and ensured your backups are fine for one account and one region. So if you are not aware, most of AWS's services are regional and specific. So a backup vault that you make in an American region cannot be used by resources which are in a European region, for example. So if you want to back up your resources in a European region, you need a backup vault in that specific region. The two cannot communicate with each other. So at this point, you're going to have to reproduce those steps for every region that you want backed up, and for every account that you care about backups, whether that be for EC2 instances, EBS volumes, or RDS instances. With StackZone, the way we deploy this is through CloudFormation and a lot of automation, meaning that any account which is StackZone managed receives the same resources in all the regions that you configure this too. So if you have 5, 10, 15 AWS accounts, and you could have 2 regions for the 2 workloads you're working in, when you deploy this feature, it's going to go to every single account and every single region, so that whenever you have to perform backups for your resources in whichever of those accounts or regions, you know the underlying automation is already there to take action from the tags that you place on your resources. So next, we're going to go and show how we would enable this with StackZone. For that, we're going to go and do a demonstration of the StackZone console and show how a user such as yourself would go and enable this feature so that you're ready to now start making backups within AWS. So what we're going to do, I think, would it be
Yeah, actually, Ryan, we had three questions. We have two questions here in the Meet chat, and we are live streaming in YouTube, where everybody will be able to see the recording. We will be sharing this after the session, and some of our followers have done one question. So let's start with the questions we have right here in the chat, in the Meet chat. Here it says, Ronaldo asks, by the moment everything is clear, just curious about the connection between StackZone and AWS. And Osman is asking us something really similar. That is, what permissions are needed for StackZone to perform a backup on account X, but also across the organization for cross account backups? So basically, both are asking about the permissions that Staxon needs in order to work on the Aware AWS organization. Just clarification, Osman. I'm sorry, Ryan, to interrupt, but if your question is related with which is the level of permissions that the StackZone tool needs in order to perform this on the account, um, we can go deeper on a call. But basically, what we have done is a tool that can delivers this without having Staxon to have high privilege roles on your account or your organization. Because basically, what we do is we create the whole environment and the whole infrastructure in order to be able to make those changes on your account, on your side, and then through the stacks and console, that was what Ryan was showing, we just modified a file with new parameters that is uploaded to the parameter store, and then the automations and all the services that have been developed on your organization makes the changes. So it's not that Staxon has a bot or an agent in order to make these changes, but once everything is deployed on your account, the changes are done on your side, and it's not somebody from Staxon making the changes on your organization. Great. So we have another question here from Jorge. He's asking, is it possible to refine? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. If it's possible to refine a backup line by tag and type, how to do it? I'm sorry, by result. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ryan. The spending the question from YouTube that we didn't answer it, and the question was, what would be the manual procedure in order to implement AWS Backup without StackZone? Great, thank you so much for that, Ryan. Okay, we don't have further questions in YouTube. I don't know if anybody has any other questions here on the Meet session. We'll give you just 30 seconds just in case somebody has any other question. Okay, as there seems not to be more questions, I would like to thank everybody that has joined us. Oh, I'm so sorry. Um, Osmar, maybe a quick overview of StackZone. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Osman. Um, if you are interested in go deeper in StackZone and all what we can do, StackZone is not only for deploying AWS Backup, but we can work on your security, your cost optimization, and your compliance. I will be more than glad to follow up with you, Osmar, and schedule a call in order to present Staxon with you and do a demo. We are really happy to have all of you on this presentation, on this small webinar. It would be great to see you in the next one. We will be sending by email the date and the task we will be talking about in our next webinar. It will be next month, and I will be more than happy to show you more about Staxon. So if you need to contact us, you can just go ahead into www.staxon.com and you will be able to fill out the form in order to contact us. And if not, if you'd like to have a meeting in order to have a live demo of StackZone and go through what we can do for you in order to improve your experience in AWS, we can move forward and define a meeting by just getting into the link I will be sharing with you in a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm so sorry, but something happened with my screen. I'm coming back in a minute. So sorry for that. So I'm sharing a link in the chat right now where you will be able to schedule a meeting with us in order to request a demo. You can find the date and time that better suits your schedule, and we will be more than glad to demo Staxon for you and go deeper. Thank you, everybody, for being part of this webinar. Have a great day and a great week, and see you next session. Great. Have a nice day. Bye.